we have reached a special milestone on the show.
Oh.
And no, it's not Brooke's 90th year in radio.
Oh,
That was last month. Yeah.
That's right, I remember.
There's so many of them that I
We're
forget.
celebrating.
Yeah.
Right. It was celebrating when she started a podcast with the Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which you had to play on a phonograph back then.
I called him Big Al.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
call into the studio. The number's 1.
No, you just
We're the
dialed.
only one.
Right.
You just picked up the phone and talked to the operator.
Oh.
There's no.
And their show
Yeah.
covered tips and tricks on how to avoid typhoid and diphtheria, and also how to seal an open wound with ketchup.
We also did the Morse code slang word of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
So many ideas.
A lot of that, just a lot of how to not die.
Yeah, long
segments.
long.
The second date update?
Yeah.
Well, she's a woman. She has to go out with you.
But man, we have come a long way since then, and
Wow.
Yeah.
not just Brooke, the entire show.
I kind
All
of miss
us,
those days.
But mainly Brooke.
Yeah.
But we
I
have-
survived a lot.
Yes, you did. And now we've reached this crazy milestone second date update with one of the nicest guys we've ever had on the show. So you can hear it and be a part of our radio history right after this.
When does the typhoid stuff come in?
Not to put any pressure on this second date update,
But?
assuming this actually goes to air,
Okay.
this will be our 1,000th second date phone call.
No way. Wow.
Are you joking?
And we've
did
only
it.
had 490 people say no. No, wait.
You suck.
No, I'm
that
sorry.
right?
940 said no.
Oh, there we go.
You suck.
There
So,
it is.
you
Yeah.
hear that,
Okay.
Chris? That means you have a chance.
Ooh, I
Con-
like those odds.
con-
Yay,
Chris-
I like those odds.
Welcome. Congratulations on being the
Wow.
1,000th second dater.
Thanks.
Wow, Chris, I was
fanfare.
expecting more fireworks, more congratulations.
Wouldn't you
I
guys
mean,
think that after 1,000 of these, we would have a better percentage of like people saying yes?
no, not at all. I feel like it's getting worse as
Yeah.
the years go by.
We're
Like,
caring less and less about this.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
that
still
makes
care.
sense.
I just keep getting it wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's our
hard.
1,000th, we promise to care extra hard for you today, Chris.
Okay.
So tell us about the woman that you want us to call. What's her name?
Crazy.
Well, her name is Amanda, and I'm hoping that this results in a big 1,000 for you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
That would
I
be huge.
I'm hoping she's more excited about being part of the 1,000th than you were.
Yes. You want to try again your excitement?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
There it
now,
is.
Now the mood is
Yep,
set.
that's right, Chris.
I feel
So
good going into
believable.
this.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you met Amanda.
Well, we met online, and all the normal stuff, good. Like,
Okay.
she was really pretty. We chatted a lot. I was super excited to go out on a date with her and everything, but that's where we ran into the first little roadblock.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Her schedule was really, really tight. And
Oh, yeah.
I work as a nurse, and the only day she was available would have been right at the end of a 35-hour shift.
Oh my gosh.
Why is that not illegal?
Yeah.
I mean-
seriously.
Yeah, no, like, should be illegal, probably should pay a lot more.
Right, but we'll get into that on a separate call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go on the date after your long shift?
I did.
Wow.
I needed, well, if it wasn't for this chance, there wasn't going to be another chance.
And how did it go?
I didn't fall asleep.
Good.
Okay.
That's
All
a big
right.
accomplishment.
You know,
Most people, when they say I didn't fall asleep on a date, that wouldn't be a huge victory. But
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Chris, that's a big win.
We
Guys,
applaud.
We're proud
Maybe
of
she
you.
was impressed too. It's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine you're so tired that you're not even nervous when you're like, what'd you guys do?
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
drinks?
Yeah, we went for drinks, and the thing is, I didn't tell her that it was going to be at the end of a 35-hour shift.
Oh,
no.
why
I didn't
not?
want her to worry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna honestly
Okay.
think about it from her angle. If someone said I'm at the end of the, I would be like, "Do not go out with me. You need
Yeah.
some sleep. There's no way I'm gonna go." So I can see why you guys.
No, I'd be
snuck
like,
it
thanks
in.
for making time. Do it. You better
Yeah.
make time. Yeah.
Okay, Alexis.
Just saying.
Okay, so
course you would.
how did it go?
It started out great. Ordered a couple of martinis, talked about our lives, talked about our dogs. We both have dogs. We were vibing on a bunch of stuff. I mean, everything was going awesome. And then she was like, hey, I need to go to the restroom real quick. I waited a while, and she just never came back.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
She ditched you?
This is why I never let women go to the restroom. I'm just like, you
Let
have to
them?
wait.
Yeah, that's cute.
Just wait. Well, you can go after we're done.
Yeah. Pee on you, Jeff.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
So what? She never came
Likes
back?
that.
No, well, she sort of came back because after a while, I went and I asked the bartender. I'm like, "Hey, have you seen this girl I was with?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I totally saw her. She left a 20 on the bar and left."
Oh, no. That's confirmation.
Dude, did you text her? I mean, you probably were so tired that you couldn't even muster anger, but...
Or maybe you were so tired, like the date actually went through and ended and you just don't realize
Don't
it.
remember the end of it?
She's like, we kissed and everything. What do you mean?
What's the last thing that you do remember about the end of the day? How did it end?
Her leaving, me just standing there and being like, "Hey, this really just happened at the end of a 35-hour shift."
Oh.
And then I went home and slept for 12 hours.
Oh,
my
man.
God. Did you, call her and read her the riot act? Where were you emotionally?
I mean, I'm just generally not that angry of a guy because all I've been running through my head is maybe I came across as a little more out of it than I thought. Maybe something weird slipped out of my mouth, but I can't imagine.
Like a piece of broccoli came out of your mouth, or like a word?
That makes sense, bro, because if you're on a date and someone's yawning and they're exhausted, you make me feel like you're boring.
Ditch them though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You have to do something bad.
Yeah.
And why do you want to call her again? Why would you want to see her?
Well, I wanted the date in the first place, right? So all that stuff is still kind of there. And this is what she did that's pretty harsh. But listen, it's your guys' 1000th. I don't want this to be another L in the column.
Hey, we're used to being in the loser bracket. It's fine.
Don't worry.
Even if she doesn't want to go out again, nothing like this has ever happened to me before. And I need to know why.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
Okay. You're looking mainly for the reason, even if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But we do want to send you on another date, and we're going to really press the fact that you're an amazing healthcare worker.
Yeah,
Dude,
you're a hard worker.
And she's going to feel so guilty when she finds out that you had just finished a 35-hour shift and she ditched you.
Or do you still not want her to know that?
I mean, it's not that I don't want her to know, but I also don't want her to just say yes to another date out of pity.
Well, I do. I want her to pity
She
you.
should feel
I want
that.
to guilt trip
Yeah.
her until she says yes. Maybe that's just the Jewishness in me.
That's
But
the
I
1000th.
swear it works.
At least get her out
forward.
again, and then you can ditch her.
And
Yes, it's our 1000th.
yeah, remember our record. We have 940 losses. We need one in the win column by whatever means
Get the
necessary.
You think you're desperate.
All right, pity date coming
That's
up
right.
on our 1000th second date update.
Man, that
right
sounds
after
good.
this.
Thanks, guys.
Out of all the human emotions, excitement, fear,
Okay.
joy,
Yep.
none are stronger and more powerful than pity.
Oh my God, I did not see that coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
Why do you think I work with Brooke?
Oh,
'Cause I
it makes
pity
sense.
her.
No, 'cause
Okay.
it's the only way. I'm the only dummy that would work with you.
Look, sure, there's a lot of love and respect
Sure. That was
between
cute.
us, but deep down at the
know.
nougaty center of this work relationship is a heaping, delicious nugget of pity.
Of pity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
on
hoping.
you. You've only worked here your whole life. It's
Yeah.
very sad.
Oh,
Is this your first
Yeah.
job?
Jeez.
See, look at the bonds that are happening here. The joy that's coming out of this
It
moment.
was your first job, wasn't it?
I'm starting to feel bad for you too, Jeff.
Good. Let's harness.
Okay.
Let's harness the pity in the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
okay.
add in a little guilt to help our listener Chris get a second date with Amanda.
Okay.
I am with you. We've got the king of pity ready to take it on for you, Chris.
Let's
That's
go.
right, Chris, because if you're just tuning in, he met her after working a 35-hour shift at the hospital
oof.
where he's a nurse.
God, I love how
Wow.
we complain that we're tired after
Oh.
6 hours.
I know, Brooke, that is
So-
me. This guy is a saint.
Yeah.
Chris, you're still awake, right?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
didn't just
Okay.
get off of a long shift, did you?
No. Today's an off day.
Okay.
Nice.
This is the off day, you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds like
right.
an off
Can
day.
you imagine when he's on?
I
at the
know,
hospital?
that's what I'm saying.
All
And he
right.
saves it for his patients.
Okay, well, we're going to save all of your energy until we call you into the conversation.
And I'll try my best to be nice because right now I am not happy with her.
Uh-oh.
I appreciate this because I need to know why.
Let's
Yeah.
get there. We'll find your why. I don't know. I feel very.
Okay.
Brooke's in a
Let's
mood.
go.
I like that attitude.
We'll
For our-
find out
Let's
why.
make the 1000th second date phone call. Hopefully end it on a good note. Here we go.
Hello?
Right off the bat, the judgment.
I didn't say anything.
Well,
Hi,
didn't have
Amanda.
to. Hey, Amanda? Is this Amanda?
This is she.
Hey,
Hi.
you may or may not know us, but we are a morning radio show. We're called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we would love to talk to you a little bit about your personal life.
Just one specific thing.
Yeah, not like
Not all
Well,
of it.
I would love to talk to you about your entire life, but if you want, we could just focus on the dating aspect because we're doing a segment called a second date update, and we're trying to help out one of our listeners that you met up with the other night named Chris.
Oh. And this is an interesting conversation. Okay.
Yeah, we'd like to gauge how you feel about Chris and the chances of you guys meeting up for a second date.
Is that really?
Well, I'm assuming that, you have a story that he emailed you or something. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to read your vibe first before I told you what we know about it.
Right.
Because here's the information that we have. We know that you two met online, that you both have very busy schedules, and this was the only night that you guys could get together. And so you went to a bar, had drinks, and talked about a lot of stuff like your lives and your dogs.
And he really felt like you guys were like having a good time, like really connecting in conversation. Did you feel that?
I did. I agree. It was
good.
Okay.
it was nice.
The thing is, he didn't tell us the exact amount of time that the two of you were there, but from the sound of it, it was around 15 to 20 minutes maybe. And then you excused yourself to go to the bathroom and never came back to the table.
Well,
Before you tell us your excuse about why you did it,
And
You
why
need-
you don't sound guilty right now, I would also like to
I
know.
think you do need to know something about Chris, that he is a dedicated healthcare worker who had just come off a 35-hour shift to meet up with you. And I know that you didn't know that.
He didn't want to tell
He didn't
you.
tell
Yeah.
you. But I do think it's pretty brutal to ditch somebody like that.
We all think that. I bet you think that. How would you feel if someone left you in the middle of a date?
how would you feel if somebody fell asleep on yours?
Oh,
Well-
he did.
Well,
He
the
fell
one time
asleep.
it happened, it wasn't that bad.
Wait, he fell asleep.
Listen, I excused myself to the restroom.
Uh-huh.
When I got back, maybe 5 minutes later, he was asleep.
Okay, but,
But did
it's not like he fell asleep like while talking to you.
Yeah,
He
this
fell
is
asleep
better.
while you weren't there.
Yeah.
I was gone for less than 5 minutes, and I didn't know that he was up for 35 hours.
Yeah. He should have told you that.
Saving lives for
Yeah.
35 hours.
So wait, why didn't you wake him up? I would have just woken the person up.
Oh, I tried. I
He was
Oh,
out.
you did?
tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, Chris.
Were you worried that he was dead?
No, I saw him breathing, but I figured he'd been drinking all day. I didn't know if he was a drunk.
Oh.
Oh,
I could see
wow.
that.
So I did the decent thing. I paid the tab.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He said that he asked the bartender.
And that you left a $20 bill for
Uh-huh.
them.
But the bartender didn't tell him he was asleep. Did the bartender not see?
Maybe not.
Honestly, I have no idea. We weren't very close to him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't notice.
Oh my
But
God.
Well,
He
you're
was
actually
so
closer to him than you realize. You're one phone line away from each other. And when I push this button, you're going to be on the same line. So here we go. I'm
Wow.
pushing it right now.
For the 1,000th time, hit the
Chris,
button.
you there?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, thank God. I thought you
Oh.
fell asleep for a second.
Chris, this all makes sense. I bet you
Yeah.
feel so relieved.
Bro.
Chris, are you there? You fall asleep now?
Yeah. No. I'm here. Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Amanda.
hi, Chris.
I think we just had that moment.
Yeah.
Come on. That didn't actually happen, right?
What?
Yes, it did. And it did. Like, I promise you, I sat with you for 15 minutes while you had your head on the table and your hands in your lap and you were
Oh.
snoring.
You
were-
stayed with him while he slept?
Yes, because I thought he would wake up.
Oh.
And I was enjoying our time.
Oh, he must have been so tired.
Oh.
Chris?
Chris, how's that make you feel?
I find that pretty hard to believe.
What?
Wait,
Really?
You just got off a 35-hour shift. How is that hard to believe?
because it wasn't my first ever 35-hour shift. I don't just pass out in bars like that.
What, you go to the bars often after a 35-hour shift?
Yeah, if anyone deserves a margarita,
I mean-
I think a lot of healthcare workers actually do.
yeah.
It
They do.
makes
They actually
sense,
go real
though.
hard.
I know, but you have like a couple sips of a martini. Those are gonna put you out in a second.
I remembered if I passed out because, I mean, I didn't lose any time. I was there. She left. I waited. And then I got right up and went and talked to the bartender. There was no, loss of time.
Oh,
But
so you
she's-
don't remember waking up.
But
and
listen,
being
how could
confused.
she lie? She told us that story before she even knew that you were on that long shift.
And why would she make that up?
I mean, maybe she's trying to cover up because she's on the radio now that she's trying to look better for ditching me.
Uh-oh.
I'm not lying, and I don't know how to prove it to you.
Maybe some security camera footage from inside the
Yeah.
restaurant?
Oh, great. Now we need the CCTV.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, she didn't even know that you did the 35-hour shift because she told us that before Jeff told her.
No, I think I told her first, and then I
Was it the
asked
other
for
way
her
around?
excuse.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
Oh.
I just don't know what else to say. It happened, and I'm sorry that it did, and that sucks. And I would have been more understanding, and I probably would have responded to the text messages that you sent me if I had known the circumstances.
Okay. Well,
This is like a classic.
I think
she said.
overall, before all the sleeping confusion, he liked Amanda. Amanda liked Chris. Let's just go back to that moment and offer to send you guys out again. I need to ask Amanda, would you like to go out with Chris one more time? Give it another shot for him to be awake the entire dinner? And we would pay for it.
Well, I should be totally transparent with him on the line. I am seeing other people because I'm dating. I'm not exclusive with anybody. So if that's something that he's okay with, going on a casual date, I would like to try again. I really liked our time together.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
you feel special, huh, Chris?
That's so normal. I don't think you need to say that. Yeah.
Hey,
Chris,
She's honest. She's forthright.
what do you think about being one of many?
I mean, I don't believe her, and now she's saying she might go out with me amongst a bunch of other guys, which is also, I guess, why she didn't have any room in her schedule to go out except that one night.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, maybe you shouldn't believe that she will go out with other guys, too. Don't believe her on that fact either.
You're not going to say no, are you, Chris?
No.
Oh!
Wait, no to Brooke?
Yeah,
or
no to Brooke or
Yeah.
no
Oh, yeah, or no to the date.
No to the date. I don't believe her. I think
1,000th date we
Wow.
found it.
All right.
Oh.
Mark it up on the board.
Sorry,
941
Amanda.
no's for Brooke and Jeffrey in the
man.
morning. Well, Chris, make sure you get some rest, okay? We'll see you in a week.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
I'll try.
Oh, there he
Okay.
is.